Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your reading for February, so happy Aquarius season. Oh my goodness. Okay, what a season it's been. Pluto has moved into your sign and the sun was conjunct Pluto. My goodness, at that moment as you moved into Aquarius, we've got love, choice and trust coming through. Now, I feel like I've got the Archangel Metatron with us today through this reading, just helping and guiding this. And what they're saying is that there's some important choices coming up for Aquarians around their way of being, how you are going to be in the world. And so this is what they're saying. This is around, we have these beautiful wolves, which are the wolf pack, which represents partnerships and people around you that are close to you, how you connect to other people. It really feels like that's something that is being transformed and that they're working on at this moment in time. So choice and trust, interesting energy coming through for you, Aquarius. Let's see. So happy birthday if it's your birthday. So let's see what's shifting and changing for Aquarius. Okay, we have a lot. Okay, so let's see. Pentacle, Queen and Hermit, Capricorn, Throne and Mercury, Virgo. They're saying don't get too comfortable because there's going to be a new set of information and programming that comes through where you're getting into a new comfort zone where it's making sense that you can't remain in the old ways. And so this Pentacle Queen is the comfortable energy that this Hermit energy is trying to work out, okay, what am I feeling comfortable with and what isn't feeling necessarily right anymore? And just, it feels like there's a lot of processing on the mental plane around this as well. So yeah, it's kind of deeply analytical. You might be deeply analyzing what is going on for you at this moment in time. So let's see what else is shifting and changing for Aquarius. And it's got a lot to do with your sense of how do I belong in the collective? What is my place in the world? How do I relate to others? We've got the Sun, Sword 8 and the Cup 6. Okay, Sun, Leo, Aries. Okay, so this is interesting. We do have the Sun card coming out here, which is representative of the sun in your sign, but it does move into Pisces season later into February, as you know. But this Mercury Gemini energy, the Cup 8, the Sword 8, sorry, is where it's the light is being shone. We can see this feather is pointing towards this. So it's this sense of really understanding what thoughts or belief systems or other people's opinions of you that you've taken on that have kind of kept you trapped. It feels like a cage or a limitation of some sort. And it's something that's kind of held you trapped. And it's been potentially something from the past. There's been confusion around it, perhaps some deep emotions around it, something that is been illusionary around it that hasn't been clear around it as well, that you are processing and working through at this moment in time. It's releasing some old confusing messaging from the past, basically, and releasing yourself from other people's opinions or other people's belief systems that you've taken on. So the sun is shining on this, which is saying it's time for you to just be you, to be unique, to be exactly who you are, beautiful Aquarius energy, and shining the light on what some of these patterns have been or these things that have restricted you based on this in the past. So that's what's shifting and changing, the release of limited forms of thinking that doesn't feel like it's necessarily yours. It feels like it's somebody else's murkiness, somebody else's lack of clarity, somebody else's emotional, even drama or trauma that is affecting you in some way, or confusion that has somehow you've taken on in some way mentally. You've taken on a belief system around that, or it's confusing. So the sun is shining the light on that. So it's able to, I really feel like a lot of what's shifting and changing is what's happening around what these structures around belief systems that have been holding you back. That's what it feels like. It's an opportunity to transform that. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So Aquarius, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. This Metatron energy is saying we're working through all Aquarius energy. Everybody has it in them. So I'm like, okay. So they're seeing it from this very different kind of perspective, saying that the way I'm saying that is outdated, which is probably true. Okay, so let's see. We've got crossed by the Death card. It's interesting because that's Pluto. So Pluto and Aquarius might be a challenge in terms of this sense of going into the underworld. You think about what the underworld is. It's the things that have been there that hasn't had the light of consciousness shone on it. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, belief systems, and then the sun comes in and says, right, it's time for you to release that. Let's have a look at what it is. So it can dredge up some things in that underworld energy, which can give you this sense of, so much going through my mind around that. Luckily, we have this Knight of Cups around, which is feels like there's something or someone or an emotional path that can be very soothing or supportive, which is very nice. The Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So I was saying that I'm being reminded to say that there is an extended reading for this reading if you'd like to explore this further. So, yep, okay. And the link for that is in the description box below. Do I want one more card? I do. I want another card as well. Yes, the Emperor and one more, lucky last. And yeah, I'm just going until they're saying stop. Okay, the Strength card. Interesting. You've got, the shadow of Aquarius is Leo energy, really. It's your opposite sign. So we're seeing here the Leo energy is coming up in the near future and being crossed by Pluto. So, Pluto moving into your sign can be very intense. It can feel different for all of you. It can feel like you're suddenly feeling powerful or stepping into your power. It can feel like you're stepping into a little bit of a darker energy as well as we go into that underworld energy. But we do have the Knight of Pentacles here crossed by the Death card, which is saying it's such slow moving energy. This is a longer cycle. So the Knight of Pentacles is about slow moving, very subtle energy, longer term energy that's grounding down into a reality. Pluto in Aquarius is a 20-year cycle. So it's a long cycle and it begins, and it's being crossed by this Death card, which is representing that this sense of having to understand or even be able to comprehend what this can mean, what this, where you start now and where you are in 20 years' time is going to be so... It's almost like too much for us to fully grasp this or understand what this is, and yet there's the knowledge that this has started. And so for some of you, it may be that Pluto energy is quite challenging because the Death card is in the blocking or challenging position, which is transformation and change. So perhaps it's, feeling like that is, and it's underworld energy. So perhaps that feels like, I don't really want to go there. Or it feels a little bit like, there's a resistance to that for whatever reason. In your conscious mind, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is the energy exchanges that we're having with people on Earth, and understanding that it's reciprocal. There's a reciprocity that's coming through here. I give out something for you and then you return something. And it's on the earthly realm here because we've got the Pentacles. So this can be related to all sorts of things, but it's tangible stuff that we're seeing, these energy exchanges here. So the Three of Pentacles is it can be about productivity, but I really feel like it's about understanding how you're working with other people and your place, and especially within groups and group projects and group dynamics and society in general. What have I got to offer and what am I getting back here? And sort of this is in your conscious mind of something that you potentially working through. Ultimately, the base of the Three of Pentacles is about your self-worth, your value, how you value yourself, how you feel valued, and how you feel like your contribution to society is valued. So it's right underneath that Sword 8, which is wanting to release other people's opinions or limitations around that. So, yeah, definitely ultimately what's being transformed is your sense of belonging and your sense of value here. But we have at the base here the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is ultimately about independence and freedom and thriving rather than just surviving. This character has got everything that it needs. So this could be around freedom, financial freedom, freedom from those constraints of the earthly realm that we're seeing here with this Three of Pentacles here in this dynamic of understanding your value. What's happening deep down is the universe is wanting to transform that, break free of any restrictions. You know, it's the 3 and take you to the 9. That's what's transforming. And so this is where you have that freedom, where the 9 has put in the work, is reaping the benefits of knowing, you know what, I can trust myself. There's this sense of independence, but I've reaped what I've sown here, and what the harvest has been good. It's been beneficial. I've got myself into a much better position here. So this is a person of means. You know, this is freedom from other people's opinions. It's freedom from any kind of financial difficulties that are coming through. So this is saying, yes, it's a longer term cycle, but this is kind of the root of what we're doing here. So the Nine of Pentacles wants to bring you the freedom and bring you what you need on the material realm. So it's kind of interesting. It's giving you what you need. Maybe not necessarily what you're wanting at this stage, being blocked by the Death card, because maybe it's like I can't really see the bigger picture of where this Death card's taking me at this moment in time. So that's why we've got the Two of Swords in the recent past. You know, the blindfold is there, a little bit of hesitation about moving into this energy, making the choices and choosing, because we do have the Love card, which is the Lover's card. This is the choice, trusting the choice and the choices that you're making at this moment in time. And you'll get to that beautiful Nine of Pentacles stage. But there's a little bit of, you know, blindfolds on, a little bit of hesitation. Who do I trust? My instinct, my intuition, my rational mind? Still a little undecided. The jury's out. But in the near future, we've got this Six of Wands energy, which is success. There's something coming in the near future that's going to validate you, that's going to feel like some form of success, which is giving you the courage and more momentum to get stronger, to get braver, to stepping into this energy, which is really lovely. It's the universe saying, we're here for Aquarius. We're here to support you, and you're stronger than you think. And so there's something that comes through. Look at these cards. Sun, Six of Wands, Strength card. This is the sun is shining, giving you success, giving you a sense of understanding your resilience. And there's a lot here, that really positive energy of supporting you moving forward, which is really lovely. So the Six of Wands is about success, triumph, recognition, validation of some sort that's coming through here. And it's coming accompanied with the Strength card, which is saying the universe is acknowledging this isn't easy, that there's something here that you're going to require your strength here. I mean, you've been crossed by the Death card, so of course it's going to need that. But that's why you've got here the darkness inside your mind with the Nine of Swords. It's interesting because it's the only darkness here would be that Pluto energy of the underworld that is potentially can play on your mind in a way. But this is when somebody's got a lot of thoughts going through their mind and they can't stop. This is like racing mind, or a lot of fears about what's going to happen or what's going on with this energy. It feels different in some way. So this is fear, worry, anxiety that can come through, or sleepless nights with the Nine of Swords. I don't know why I'm dyslexic with the cards today. I'm just not saying the right cards, but I'm feeling the energy. So the Nine of Swords can be a little bit of like worry. Again, we can see with these two, like this card is blindfolded. This card has the hands over the eyes. It's like, I don't want to see. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to have to make that choice and decision. This just feels too big for me. So there's something inside the conscious mind that is resisting these changes, or resisting the sense of this feels like a power outside of me. But this is where it's very nice to come in with the energy around you, is this Knight of Cups. This is taking action based on a feeling, based on how you're feeling about a situation. There's some sense of moving into new emotional territories and feeling like there's emotional support here for you with this Knight of Cups. I feel like this is someone around you that is offering you a cup and going, here's this cup. Trust your intuition. I'm here to support you. in some way. So this Knight of Cups energy is really, really lovely. This is where you're being really brave as well. You're like going, okay, I've got my courage on, I've got my cup, and I've got my feeling. I'm based on a feeling. There's an opportunity to cross that threshold and step into a new emotional territory here. And so it's just this sense of being on the edge of the river going, am I going to cross that river? And that's the choice. Trust the choice. Trust the feeling that you've got. So because your head is potentially not giving you the answers at this moment, but your heart will lead the way. Trust the heart, trust the feeling. So we have hopes and fears, the Four of Pentacles. What are you holding on to for fear of letting go? This is wanting to hold on to the old foundations, the stability. The Four of Pentacles can be fear about not having enough when it comes to resources or money, and things like that can come through with this. But this Four of Pentacles is holding on tight. You know, this is what I know. This is what I already have. And I don't want to let go of that, even though it doesn't feel like it's, you know, there's more. The universe is saying we can offer you what's transforming. We can lead you to the 9, where you're feeling a lot freer, where you're feeling like you've got what you need. But you have to let go. You have to let go. So it's all happening on the material realm. And that's why it's interesting here that we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. So we move to the 7. You're taking one step forward. It's planting that seed, going, okay, I'm trusting I'm making the right choice. I'm planting a seed, very tangible seed here, this 7 of Pentacles is doing. Even though it might not, you know, there's these things that are like, I have to trust my feelings here. I have to really trust it because it's going to get me in a better position. These two cards, the 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups and the 7 of Wands, both are fairly defensive energies. Like one's got their arms crossed, one's fending off other energies. So it's almost like you have to defend your choice. You have to defend your decision. You have to kind of detach and go, this is, you know, the seed. This is where I'm making some adjustments. I'm planting this seed. I need to protect it in some way. I feel like to bring in the growth here, to make the adjustment, to bring in the growth, the tangible change, because I'm moving very, you know, you're at the 7 now. You're planting this seed at a stage where it can move to the 9. So it feels a little bit like, you know, if somebody's coming in and going, here, let's do this, or offering you or tempting you with something, it's like you might have to say no, because that's not what's watering and feeding this seed that you're planting here for growth. So it's making some different choices when it's like you are wanting, perhaps it's like you want a night in instead of going out. So you have to say, no, I don't want to go out tonight. I'm actually planting this seed. That's just an example, but it's almost like you have to say no to some things or to some people or some things around your environment in order to honor what this seed is that you're planting here. So you might have to, there's things on offer here that I feel like you're kind of going, it doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right with what it is that you're wanting, the choice that you're making here, the brave choice that you're making here, that feels really right, because something is going to feel really right with this Knight of Cups, even though it does require that courage to do it and to say no, then trust that. And then we've got the Chariot, the Emperor, and the 4 of Swords. So then it's like you step into your power here with this. The Chariot is actually understanding that there's elements coming together that are very strong force in your life that are now driving forward. And the Emperor is like wanting to make something a concrete reality. But the 4 of Swords is saying there still needs to be a sense of processing all this stuff that's going on inside your mind, reconciling that, because we've got the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. These cards, is there's some, and the 8 of Swords, these are the 3 swords, the element of air. What's going on inside your mind that feels a bit like they're not sure about something, they're unsettled. It's like we haven't quite, and the 4 of Swords wants to bring that in and calm everything down and make sense of something. So it's like saying you're in control of your world and you can make sense of what it is. You might need to take a break from someone or something, or take some time out. This is rest and recovery, the 4 of Swords. But ultimately, it's a lot of mental processing that can have a sense of, I just need to lay some things to rest inside my mind and make sense of something here. So really honor what that is. And also we have the Queen of Cups, which is come back home. come back home, you've got this beautiful Knight of Cups energy around you. So it's like you've got a sense of support of stepping into new emotional territories and trusting your intuition with some of the choices based on where your heart is leading you at this moment in time. And so replenish that energy. That's the thing that's feeding this direction, these decisions that are coming in. So the Queen of Cups has her beautiful cup there, divine feminine energy coming through and saying, I need to replenish this. I need to be doing something that feels good to me, not the Four of Cups where it's something on offer and it just doesn't intuitively feel right, or it's not fulfilling, or I'm bored with that, or that's just I'm searching for something deeper. The Queen of Cups knows how to nourish herself, how to look after herself, how to feed and fill her own cup. And that's a beautiful energy to come in as well, to understand your emotional needs and your emotional replenishment that comes through with that. So there's a lot in this one, Aquarius, absolutely. But the more that you fill the cup, look at this beautiful Knight. It's the Queen's Knight is moving towards the Queen, saying, if you're not feeling emotionally replenished, I'm moving towards you. I'm bringing you what you need. So it's around there in your environment. It's around there. There's support for you, emotional replenishment. So beautiful. So the messages are coming towards you, how to take action with that. Okay, so let's pull an affirmation card for Aquarius and see what is coming in. Okay, so everything I touch is a success. Absolutely. You've got the Six of Wands in the near future. We're in your season. You're getting this injection of sun that we're seeing here with the Sun card. So it says, I now establish a new awareness of success. And it's kind of interesting. How do you define success? That's something that you might be re-looking at as well. I know I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. So I move into the winning circle. Golden opportunities are everywhere for me. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. So that is a beautiful energy. Everything I touch is a success. And we've also got the point of power is always in the present moment. Yes, the past is over and done and it has no power over me. That's actually, they're saying this is this Pluto crossing you as well. It's about releasing some old power dynamics of control from the past as well. I can now begin to be free in this moment. That's what the key word with the Nine of Pentacles is, freedom. Today's thoughts create my future. I am in charge. Yes, you're the Emperor and the Charioteer. I now take my own power back. That's what you're doing. I am safe and I'm free. So with the choices that you're making here, you're taking your own power back, which is really fantastic. And they're saying the Metatron collective energy that I've got here is saying that's really important about what's going on in the element of air, that there's going to be a flow-on effect of the choices that you make, even though it might not make sense at this moment in time. There's power in making a different choice. And then that's going to have this sort of energetic and mental flow-on effect that creates this. They're showing me like a grid, like an energetic grid. It's rebuilding a new grid that can bring you to making the choice to where you want to go. So if that makes any sense. So we've got the key. Okay. We've got the key. So they're saying it's all happening up in the element of air that they're working with you. So yeah, we have the key here. Interesting. And this key is, you know, the potential to unlock something. And that potential is in your hands. And we can see that there's this little glyph in the middle of it, which represents cyclical nature of the seasons, of things, birth, death, rebirth, which is interesting here because of this Pluto energy. So there's something that's being unlocked here, and understanding the nature of things just naturally. Okay, that's what they're saying, is that the cycles of nature is that things just naturally die and are reborn, and there's this constant cycle of birth, death, rebirth that we see in nature. You know, we go through the seasons, the leaves on the trees die, and then they come back again over the cycles. So they're saying we don't put judgment over that. That's just a natural thing that happens. So they're saying this same thing, energy, happens in our lives on a whole heap of different levels, on emotional levels, on mental levels, on relationship levels. There's constantly these things that are ending naturally, relationships end, aspects within relationships end, aspects within our energetic systems naturally end. And they're saying to be really aware of the judgment that we place on that, and it's actually easier to detach from it and just go, it naturally just needed to end. And that's what we're seeing here with this Death card and the unlocking of the key, is understanding that there are things that are naturally ending, things that are naturally beginning here, new cycles beginning, and it's just time for that. So to just understand, do we mourn the leaves on the tree that have fallen? And they fall and then they go into the earth, and then they make the earth fertile again, and then it's reborn. If we spend all the time mourning that the leaves have dropped, perhaps then we're not involved with the process of rebirth. So that's what they're saying with this Death card, is to not get too caught up in the death cycle, something dying at this moment in time, energetically, mentally, its energy's passing through. So that's the feeling I'm getting here. Yeah, it's just a natural cycle is what they're saying. Okay, which is easier said than done. As humans, we naturally just want to put the judgments, we have all the emotions, we have all of that. They're not saying not to feel that and to think that, but not to stay in that energy for too long, because the cycles need to keep going. So something's been unlocked here with the key to understand that, yeah, it's just this constant flow of energy. So that's your reading, Aquarius. Lots in it, absolutely. And I feel like this is a very dynamic time for you guys, absolutely. And ultimately, it is about stepping into your power, taking some power back with the choices that you're making of what's going on inside your mind. A lot of processing that we're seeing here with this Four of Swords and the Emperor. And the Strength card ultimately is saying that, I didn't really hold that up, but this is the energy of saying that you're learning so much about how strong you are and your resilience, and it's courage. It is, Aquarius is being asked to be brave, to have courage, to step into these new energies, to step into the new birth is what they're saying here. So, yeah, wow. So that's your reading, Aquarius. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We're going to see what's happening, because it feels like there's just so much you are processing here. Releasing a lot of murkiness, things that aren't clear from the past. So we're wanting to step into clarity. And at the moment, the clarity might not necessarily be there. The only clear thing is about trusting the choices that you're making at this moment in time. So we're going to see where this is all going, because it feels like it's very full and complex. And we're going to see where this energy, once this Four of Swords energy, this mental processing and understanding shifts, we're going to see where this is all going, the stepping over into the new frontiers. So that's all in the extended reading. Love it if you come over, because it just feels like this energy is big, Aquarius. It really does. So the link for that is in the description box below. Love it if you come over and let's see what more guidance is coming in for you. This Metatron energy saying still around, so it's okay, good. Collective energy is going to still be there for the extended. And yeah, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. It also helps with the growth of the channel. And take care, Aquarius.